Well, hey everybody. I'm standing right next to Japanese honeysuckle. I hope you can see that. This vine is just loaded. It's growing along both sides of my fences right now. And I didn't actually even know about this plant until just recently. I was looking at all my different blackberries that I have grown in here, and this plant just smells fantastic. I mean, it smells absolutely fantastic. It's like a mix between orange blossoms and jasmine, and it's just fantastic. I'll show you what these flowers on here look like. And the reason that this is important is because of its medicinal properties. The only videos you're going to find recommended to you next to this video or down below is how to kill this plant. And it's kind of sad because this plant is one of the strongest antibacterial and antiviral herbs or plants that you can actually get, harvest, and use. And when echinacea and garlic fails, you can use Japanese honeysuckle. And the best way to identify it is if you look at the leaves here and the way the stem looks. Let's see if I can get it to zoom in. Those are all the little flowers that haven't opened up yet. And you can make baskets out of these. There's some stems right down here. Here it is. I'm gonna cut a lot of the stuff that's already dead back and soak it in water. And I'm gonna be making a lot of baskets out of these this fall. And the flowers, you can eat the flowers, even the unopened ones. This whole plant, there's nothing poisonous about this plant. Even long exposure to it, like let's say you drink the tea daily, it's sweet like honey. If you drink the tea daily, it doesn't affect you. It's actually good for you. A lot of herbal teas, even green tea, they don't recommend that you drink it daily. Or regular consumption. This is great though. You can drink the heck out of this. You can even make a wash out of it. The same way you'd make the tea, you make a wash, and you can soak your fingers in there if you've got cuts and scrapes, boils, it says. I mean, there's so many different things that you can use for this. Even breast cancer, they're saying that you have cancer and tumors and stuff like that. You can actually make a poultice or a wash, which is like a tea, and it'll help fight that. You can actually use this for flu, the common cold, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a tea out of this right now. It's just like you would any regular tea. I like to harvest the flowers. I say I like to. It's all new to me. I mean, just in the last month is when I started doing this. I get these yellow ones. They start to turn yellow after they've been on the plant for a little bit longer. They're still good. They've actually got more smell and flavor to them. And if you're like me and you like adding a lot of honey to your tea, with this plant here, you actually don't have to do that. It's honeysuckle. It's super, super sweet. These flowers are super sweet. Now, the leaves have different compounds in them, and they give the tea a little bit of a bitter flavor. So I'm only going to take one leaf, and the rest is all going to be flowers. Super, super healthy medicinal plant. And lots of ancient Chinese medicine uses this, even modern Chinese medicine and Japanese medicine. But yet the only information you can find out on it in the US is how to kill it. Cut it back down to the ground and keep cutting the growth, and then dig it up and burn it and all that other stuff. And it's just sad, nature will give you everything you need as long as you give it the space to do what it has to do. Just leave it alone. I want to show you, I got all the way along here. Here's a black cherry growing in the middle. Here's my bunch of, looks like wild raspberries. I thought they were blackberries, but I've got blackberries right here, and then looks like wild raspberries growing here. And these wild raspberries have a blue stem, and these have a green stem. So here we go. Here's another look. blackberries, and then maybe a different type of blackberry or wild raspberry. Who knows? But the funny thing is you can use these leaves here for tea also too. I'm gonna bring a couple little guys in there. There we go. All right, I don't want this to go too long. I'm gonna take a couple more of these flowers here, and we're gonna go make some tea out of it. I almost forgot the fresh mint. That's what I was going to say. The green leaves, they're a little bit bitter. So if you put a little bit of mint in there, it actually gets rid of that bitterness. So I had to run outside real quick and get some mint. Great. Okay. Let that sit for just a little bit. Alright everybody, hopefully you guys can get me in the camera here. But here's the tea. And it's the same way that you want to make the wash for it. And you just obviously let it cool down. And if you ever get an infection in your fingernail, if you're a finger biter, or if you get cut working in your anything, you can actually just soak your fingers in there. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm just saying that this is what it's written down. You can look it up. You can search it on the internet, anywhere you can find. And there's nothing poisonous about this plant. And it just makes a really, really, really good tea. Oh yeah, you can taste the mint. But the mint takes away from the bitterness of it and everything. But I'm going to make a bunch more videos about this plant. I'm going to try to spread it across my yard maybe, or I'm not going to say that. I'm probably just going to let it do what it wants to do. I'm not going to get involved. There's a lot of spots in the yard that I don't cut anymore, so if it happens to be growing there, I'm not going to cut it, you know. So, but thanks for watching, guys. This is Japanese honeysuckle medicinal tea, and you can find it growing all over the South, the central United States and Midwest. And it's considered to be an invasive plant, but I think anything that you got to cut back with a weed whacker because it grows so good is the best. That's the best stuff to be growing in your yard and your food forest and stuff like that, because it's a lot better than something you have to water and baby and nurture and everything. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's nice to be able to enjoy something that all you had to do was pick it, harvest it, and make some tea out of it. Still a little bit too hot. But thanks for watching, guys. Y'all take care.